What started as an idea a few years ago has become an annual celebration drawing thousands to downtown Rockford for its third straight year at least. WIFR's Madeline Korzeniewski shows us why participants say the annual Pride Parade shows people who feel seen right here at home.
It's an amazing feeling. It means that people will continue to be seen and heard for whoever they are, and most importantly, loved for however they identify.
Thousands lined the streets Saturday for the annual Rockford Pride Parade. For many who attended, this was a safe space to show those who may be struggling they are not alone.
I also used to go to many different prides in different cities and even thought about moving out of Rockford because we didn't have a large pride presence.
That changed in 2024 when organizers launched the first parade of its kind in the Forest City. The event's chief news director, Jordan Dwylub, says pride matters because it shows people they don't have to hide who they are.
Happy Pride! I think it's a great representation of Rockford. Rockford's a diverse city.
This year, almost 60 businesses, nonprofits, churches, and community groups marched in downtown Rockford to celebrate the city's pride. Organizers say this is the largest turnout to date for the event.
It means that the city's behind it. It means the community is behind it. We continue to see it grow.
I'm really proud of Rockford. I mean, the way it's come back and had each year it's grown.
Participants say growth reflects a community becoming more welcoming and visible.
It's just great to see more and more people kind of recognize that this is a community of love. This is a community that we are stronger together and just here to celebrate one another.
In Rockford, Madeline Korzeniewski.
And this year's Pride